Hi, awesome Osprey kindergartners. How is your research going? Thank you so much for sharing what you had in yesterday's slide. That's fantastic. Now we can see if you're on to a good start. So in order to add to your note taker today during your research, you're going to need your crayons, your pencils, and your note taker. You might be someone who's taking lots and lots of notes and you have more than one page. That's okay. You might be someone who's really just revisiting this again. That's okay too. We've got plenty of time. So before I move forward for my next column and my research and my ways to research today, I wanted to share with you what I have on my note taker because I've added it since my last video. So I'm still in my was column. I'm finding that there was a lot of things about Dr. Martin Luther King. He was a reverend. He was born on January 15th. 1929. And I found out that Dr. Martin Luther King was a dad. So he had 4 children. Here are his 4 children. And here's Martin Luther King, but I forgot to label the word dad. So I want to model how to sound out a word that I don't know. So first I'm going to say the word dad. Now I'm going to say it really slow. D. D. And I'm going to count the sounds. I'm going to say it slow again and count it. D. D. Oh, that's 3 sounds. All right, now let me see if I can find the order of it before I write it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that word, I'm going to put it on my arm, and I'm going to say the first sound. D. That's a D. So I'm going to write that D down right here. D. Sometimes Mrs. St. Andre has to think about the way D's and B's go because they're similar. D. A. What says A? A. D. Add. Dad. So I have 3 things that Dr. Martin Luther King was. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend. He was born January 15th, 1929, and he was a dad. Now, I still have 2 more columns. I need to find out something that he had and something that he is. So let's go back and start some more research on my slide. Now, we talked about what is research, and we said it's when you read, watch, and search for information. Now, I showed you yesterday how to search in Mackinvia to find some books, and of course, you can always go to our base library. Today, I'm going to show you where on YouTube you can go to find out more about Dr. King. But really, I want to take a lot more time on where to go on Clever to find out about Dr. King. Now, most of us have been to YouTube before, but Mrs. St. Andre made a special playlist. Oh, there's going to be an ad. We're going to skip that ad. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. But I'm going to pause it. We're not going to watch all of these videos. But Mrs. St. Andre did a special search, and you can find the link to this playlist in the slides right here. But I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 videos. I found 8 videos about Dr. Martin Luther King that might be interesting and fun for you kindergartners to watch. Anything else, if you're going to be searching YouTube for something other than my playlist, you need to have an adult with you and help you search in the words Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Lots of things come up about it, and you can press enter. And then you and your adult can decide which videos that you want to watch. You're going to be listening for key details, so you can add those details and those facts to your note taker. Another way besides watching is to search. So we need to search for information. Now, a lot of times we search information on the internet, and I wanted to show you a really great place to search. So if you go to Clever and you log in with your Google account, it's right, you're used to coming to Clever because you usually go to Benchmark, and sometimes you might go to Seesaw or another page. But if you keep scrolling down, 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 right here is a place called Pebble Go. Pebble Go is a great website that has articles that are interesting for kids who are in kindergarten and maybe first grade even. So I could find and go see if I can find different places for nonfiction text, or I can go right here in the search bar because I know I am looking for information about a certain person. I want to find out about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Oh, it says, sorry, unable to find. What if I take away the doctor? What if I take away the junior? That is not true. I know that is not true. So, well, if something comes up like that, you can always go to biographies. Those are books and articles that are
artists and writers.
Just about people. Now, Martin, there we go. Now when I search him in, Martin Luther King Jr., now there's a whole article. And if the article, I can try to read the words by myself, or I can have the computer read to me. I can find about where he went to school, his education. I can learn about his life's work, his last years, and his contributions. Wow, that's a really good search. Also, right down here, it has all other things. Let me watch this. It says video.
I have a dream. One day, this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
Well, I want to learn more about that. That must have been Dr. King. And I know in my research, I know what that speech was. That's going to go in my head. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. I read about that dream in my research. So let me see if I can sound out that word dream. 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 I'm not sure if that's the way I found it in my book, but that is a really good spelling of the word dream, and I'm going to look to find it in my word wall a little bit later. But his dream wasn't like when he was sleeping. His dream, he talked about that dream when he was giving a speech. So I'm going to draw him. He was in front of all kinds of people. So let me draw Dr. King. And I'm going to draw all the faces of the people right here. Because he was talking and giving that speech. I want to find out more about that dream that he had. Right? Color him in. See if I have my crayons right here. He had a dream, and it wasn't like a dream where he was sleeping. It was more like a dream, like a hope or a wish or a prayer, something that he really super, super wanted. That's what his dream was, something that he really, really wanted. He had a dream. And I remember in my research that he had a dream so that kids could play together. And he had a dream. I remember the words he said were little brown boys and little brown girls could play with little white girls and little white boys. Right? He had a dream where all the kids could play together. So let me see if I can label that. Kid. So I'm going to label my kids in my dream. Right? Kids play. Well, there you go. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was a reverend. He was born January 15th, 1929. He was a dad. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream or a wish that kids could play together. And it didn't matter what their skin was. So that's what I have in my notes. All right, I can't wait for you to spend the next couple days with your research. Now we filled out 2 columns. So you have all day tomorrow. We're not going to have another video to fill out but I think you guys are doing a really good job with your note takers. If you have any questions, please just send an email to your teacher, or you can reach out and we'll do our best to help you out. Happy researching, awesome Osprey. Osprey, lead the way.